Fins are cool. They just are, all of them. Universally, empirically agreed upon, fins reflect something awesome, powerful, fast. Tails are cute. They are funny, silly, I like them, but they reflect something playful. Even the most feared creatures, the tail, seems to be their goofy reminder to not take themselves too seriously. So this is the beginning of a journey to flip the switch for a beloved football team that has had a hard time making heads or tails with its direction for a while. Hear me on this. I am not attempting to insult an amazing organization with a lot to be proud of and a whole lot to look forward to. The time is now to take a shot at something that I've been playing with for years. It's a long shot, but in the sports world, we look for the long shot. We expect them. There's always a chance, so it's worth trying with all we got. So this is what I got. I'm calling it the slash and splash look, or maybe slash dash and splash. Still working on that. I am suggesting a logo change, highlighting the fin. So what am I looking to do with this? I'm utilizing the modern opportunity to see if we can create a movement, not as bullies or annoying know-it-alls, but a collaborated effort for a large base to be able to actually get involved with something they love. And if you're like me and you would like to see a powerful shift in a particular South Florida team, and start with a look that we can agree is finally communicating the next gen, next level, next wave of influence that stands out for all the right reasons, and stay with me for a bit. Fins are tough, piercing, powerful. Okay, at this point you might have sensed the obvious. If it sounds like I'm talking funny and leaving some things out, I'm being so extra careful to not jeopardize this project by not even giving any hint of crossing into a license problem with these guys. What I am doing here is seeing if we can kickstart a documentary on the process. I'll produce a documentary that will have a very strong and persuasive message as to why we should save this team the trouble to do this with some agency again and not get what the fans want. The documentary will have things like this.
3 teams made more than just a little tweak, but a major update, and they all 3 soon after got one of these.
Okay, I'm not sure how cryptic we'll actually need to be. That's part of the process and why I need some help on the actual documentary. We'll definitely do some strong mock-ups with full uniform kits and options. We'll hit the streets and get some feedback from fans.
I think it's about time they did something.
Depending on how exciting we can make it, I'm considering sharing some of the actual construction process. To some, watching a logo come to life might not be their idea of fun, so we'll see. But things like how I want to identify the teal green that reminds me of my friend's S10 from the 90s. No offense, Todd, it was a popular color, but let's avoid that. Playing with fonts, finally picking the flat colors because there can't be any shading on an official logo. And voila! I really like that. I think it's getting better. Who am I to do this? I've been in the pro collegiate sports world as an animator, digital artist for over 20 years. I've worked as a hired designer with a team in South Florida years ago, and that's when this journey really began. And since, I've enjoyed some really great clients running a small design company. How can you help? I need to see if this is something more than just my own fantasy and a handful of friends saying this is really good and they love it. If you want to help, pick up one or a few of these shirts and we'll quickly see if we can create a buzz. If you're in South Florida, we'll have a few strategic production shoots planned, and you're welcome to come if you purchase the shirt. You might get in the documentary to help with this movement as well. This team and league has great traditions, obviously, and I'm not about to forget those. In fact, I'm utilizing the very same technique that named this South Florida team. They got the public involved in a contest. I'm asking you, the fan, to get involved. And by the way, I've looked at a ton of attempts, and I've seen some good ones. And I admit, the one I've started might need a few more tweaks and adjustments to make it the best we can. But I haven't seen anything that's come, of course, in my opinion, as close as this one. The ones I think are nice are still missing something. This one, I think it's getting there. Just hits the checklist for me. Thanks for supporting a really fun project. Let's make a better splash, starting with this documentary to create this movement of how we can get there, and a little guy can navigate a giant ocean with the help of some friends.